See, Henry always said that I was obsessed. And even though I find them fascinating, I wouldn't call it an obsession, exactly. For one that I allocate 5 hours a day to. I mean, for some people that's too much time, but that is a matter of opinion. An opinion which doesn't impact my doing or my enjoyment of it. So I've always been fascinated with bird watching. The wingspans, the beak lengths, the migration patterns, the different colorations, all of it, the whole lot. See, Henry says that I'm a daydreamer, but like a lot of what Henry says, it can't be counted on. He also said that I've always got my head in the clouds, and when I said to him, well, that's where the birds live, that's when he said I was obsessed, but like I said, he can't be counted on. He says a lot of strange things. One time he came round after Ruby passed, my late wife, and he kept going on at me and he said, you have to get out there. And when I didn't, he said, well, it's like bird watching, but with bigger tits. And when I explained to him then that according to Birdwatching Weekly, that the biggest tit in the UK is actually the great tit because it has the most enormous woodpecker. Oh, some are more spotted and others less so. What one's that? Anyway, where was I? Henry never stopped. He always came round non-stop. Ruby never liked Henry. And now she's gone, I can see why. Before she died, I never really gave him much thought as a person. And when she was alive, I spent most of my time with her. We'd go on long walks. See, there's these lovely fields outside our house, great soil and the canals. We talked about getting a canal boat after a really great day. One of those hot days you don't get anymore. The type where you see the heat rising off the floor in front of you. This canal boat came sailing by and she laid it out all before us. What our lives would be like if we were on that canal boat. Free. Untethered. And that's why I like the birds. They're free. So they don't have to be grounded, even though that's where we all end up in the end, life, into death. We start underground and then we're under it. Did you know that hummingbirds have an extremely high metabolic rate? They exert a lot of energy, so they eat a lot of food. There was one time recently there was one caught up in my porch and it kept flying up and hitting the door and it was non-stop. And there was a camera, you see, well, you wouldn't have seen it because it was my camera, but it was there and I saw the hummingbird and I watched it. And I thought that maybe I'd gone down, I'd shoot it away, maybe, but I must have fallen asleep because when I woke up in the morning, I went down and it was dead. I didn't want it to die. I didn't want him to die. I just didn't want it to go either. You see, these things, they move untethered, non-stop. And sometimes you just want them to stop. Stop. Maybe I should get a cage.